If it feels like a recession, you are not alone, because according to a new study from the Brownstone Institute, authored by myself and my very based colleague E.J. Antoni, if you measure inflation correctly, turns out the U.S. economy has actually been in recession since 2022, as in during most of the Biden-Harris abomination or administration. In the study, we made several pretty obvious adjustments to the deceptive way official statistics calculate inflation. Together, these nearly double inflation during Biden-Harris, taking it from 20.9% in the official so-called GDP deflator to 39.9%. 39.9 incidentally matches nearly perfectly the rise in fast food prices. I mentioned in previous videos how the Big Mac is a gold standard metric in foreign exchange markets where government statistics are unreliable. So what were our adjustments? The biggest is housing. Official statistics don't measure the cost of owning a house, which is the mortgage times the interest rate plus property taxes, insurance, and down payments. Instead, they use a convoluted lagged indicator based on rent, almost like they're trying to hide it. Housing is a quarter of inflation, so this is a big deal. And given house prices went up by more than 40%, while mortgages rates have nearly tripled, it is a very large number. Second is something called hedonic adjustment, where government statisticians reduce the price of a product if they think it got better. There's a particular problem with regulation, which of course they always assume was worth it. So if your energy bill doubled because they mandated windmills, they could say global warming is so important that adjusted for quality, your energy bills went down because you got the electricity plus the climate change. Cute, right? A third adjustment is something called indirect purchase, where they don't even bother measuring price. They use some proxy. For example, in health insurance, they take the profits and assume rising profits mean higher prices. Of course, this makes no sense because there could be many reasons that profits change, maybe government lobbying, expensive hospital inputs, perhaps a mandated vaccine that is not selling anymore. Taking them all, housing, hedonics, and indirect, it turns out that official numbers underestimated inflation by roughly half. Now comes the kicker, because both income and GDP are calculated after inflation. Real. Meaning if you miscounted inflation, you miscounted growth by a lot. Running the numbers, that means income growth over the past 5 years has not been 13% like official statistics say. It's been minus 2.3%. While GDP, the sum of goods and services that make up the economy, goes from a respectable 13.7 under Biden to a drop of 2.5. Keep in mind, since 2019, the American population grew by 7 million plus illegals. So we're producing less, we're earning less, and there's more of us. Now, if incomes and GDP have actually fallen by 2.5% over the past 5 years, for perspective, that's about half the decline of the 2008 crisis. In other words, the Biden miracle flips to a half-speed 2008 crisis, all in an alleged booming economy. So what's next? Brought to you by Unchained.com. For years now, the media has been lecturing the American people how the economy's on fire, in a good way, but they are just too dumb to see it. Well, it turns out the American people were right to believe what they see, not what they were told. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.